to this Agora session. Before we start, I just wanna to give a quick shout out to Andy for making it possible for us to watch this incredible video. And if you guys were late and did not see the beginning of the video, I will ask the team to make it available on the Slack channel later so you can all check out. Yeah, and today's topic, it's very incredible. This is particular one of my favorites, and we're super excited to have all you here because we're gonna talk about these fascinating creatures in our oceans, humpback whales. My name is Gio, as you already know, and today I will be co-hosting the Agora sessions with our amazing Sophie.
Thanks, Gio. Hi, everyone. And yes, today we have a very special session, and we are very happy to have Bia as a guest who will be sharing her firsthand experience swimming with these incredible animals. But before we dive into that, we wanted to share with all of you why we chose this particular topic in this particular month. So, as you may have seen, this session is called Whale Tales. And of course, we're super happy to celebrate storytelling and personal growth. But we also wanted to link it to something bigger, which is Earth Day. For those who don't know, Earth Day is coming up on April 22nd, and it's a global reminder of how interconnected we all are with our planet, with the nature, and how our actions impact the planet. So what a better way to honor it than to having Bia sharing all this amazing experience and how we can protect these amazing animals.
Exactly. Thank you, Sophie, for reminding us about the Earth Day. This is super special. But now I want to move forward and talk a little bit about our amazing Bia. So she's passionate about marine life and conservation. She is a certified advanced diver and also a certified underwater photographer. She's have done several conservation focused trips and volunteering for nonprofits. And her favorite activity is non-water related. It's doing yoga, hiking, and petting her dogs. She had the amazing opportunity to swim with humpback whales in Polynesia, and today she will walk us through her migration patterns, the threats they face, and what we can do to help protect those gigantic and gentle beings. So, without further ado, let's dive in. Bia, welcome. We can't wait to hear all about your journey and amazing experience.
Thank you, Gio. I'm super honored to be here. Agus, if you want to slide to the next slide. Before I start, I want to say that I'm gonna yap. So if you guys want to ask any questions or interrupt me at any time, feel free. And I'm super honored to be speaking here on behalf of Earth Day. I take it as a personal holiday, like I love it. And I wanted to start this presentation with this particularly embarrassing photo of me practically drowning and explain a bit of how do you get there? Like, how do you put yourself in a situation like this? And the answer is basically August on a plane. So you have to travel all the way to French Polynesia. It is one of the only places in the world where you're allowed to swim with cetaceans. Swimming with any sort of whale, dolphin is super illegal in Brazil. It's super illegal in the US. So if you want to have this experience, you're gonna have to have like a 2-day commute. This photo on the bottom right is actually a screenshot of my phone that I sent to my friends. I was like, guys, where am I? This is the middle of nowhere. But it was an amazing experience and super worth it, especially because this is where you get to go. Morea is this Moana looking island. It's so gorgeous. I actually decided to go for the diving because I love diving so much and they have amazing diving. And I landed on whale season, which I previously didn't know was a thing. And it's in October and you can get to swim with them there. And it was the best like coincidence ever. And a bit about humpback whales. So humpback whales are like the fun-loving whales of the ocean. They're one of the most intelligent marine animals that we have. And they're also like the show stars. So whenever you see videos of like whales jumping and like spinning, like breaching whales are always the humpback whales. So that's what you were looking at. And why are they in Polynesia in October specifically? So humpback whales are migratory animals, and as you can see in this map, everywhere where you see like a dark blue dot, those are the feeding grounds, and everywhere you see a red dot are the breeding grounds. So when humpback whales are in feeding grounds, they're going to be super high activity. They're looking for big schools of fish. They're like in cold regions, polar regions, and they're hunting and they're moving around a lot. And then once they want to breed, so like every 6 months, they'll travel from 10 to 20,000 miles to like tropics, like tropical warm waters, and they'll stay there to take care of their babies, to breed, to just rest. So it's the island is a sanctuary for them, which is why we have to respect it. And one super interesting thing that I learned when I was there is when whales are in the tropics, they're not feeding at all. Adult whales are fasting. So they'll spend more than 6 months just taking care of their babies, breastfeeding, but they're not eating anything. And it makes it the perfect time to interact with them because like they're not high activity and they're very chill. And it's just like if you get to like respect their environment while still be with them.
Yeah, sorry. I wanted to interrupt here because I'm really intrigued and I want to ask like the general audience and anyone who would like to answer my question, feel free to unmute yourselves or comment in the comment section. But I have a question before Bia shares her own experience. Like, if you ever had the chance to swim with whales, what would you say would be the first thing that comes to your mind? Like the first thought or feeling? What do you say? Anyone? I'll die. Me too, Celeste. Yeah, fear would be my answer. Too small. Yeah, yeah.
I come in peace. You guys are cracking me up.
Gio, what would you feel if you ever had the
Oh my
chance?
God. I will be super frightened. I don't know. I
Mm,
have this weird fear of the open ocean. There's even a name for this, right? Like a
Yeah,
technical
it's
name for.
thalassophobia.
like a phobia, yeah.
Yes, like no, I can't, guys. But maybe I changed my mind after Dia's experience. I'm excited
Has
to hear about
anyone
Yeah,
this.
ever has anyone ever thought of doing it? Just like at all or no? Okay.
I never.
Yeah,
Matt here says
I
he
didn't I
hopes
didn't even know that it was possible.
Me
people are
neither.
afraid of sharks. They say here as well.
No, I'm barely going to sleep.
Okay, let's see what
Oh,
happens
Doc has
after.
done it. Doc has done it.
Ah,
Mhm.
okay. Then we can ask him about his experience at the end in
Okay.
Thailand. Okay,
Thailand.
great.
Okay, that's news. My chance.
Okay, Bia, go ahead. Let's see what was your experience.
Okay. So now, like, how do you swim with them? Like, how does that happen? So the first thing that you want to do, August, next slide, is you want to find a nice tour company. So you want to find a company that like cares about whales, does things the right way, and is kind of young and adventurous. Because when you get to Tahiti, like there's a lot of honeymooners, couples, people that are just there on vacation. And if you go on one of those tours, you might not have the best time. So I would avoid the big excursions. The ones that I do recommend are Wildma, Morea Moana, and Dr. Pool. And I had an amazing time with them. If anyone actually wants to go, I'll like give you all the contact information and everything that you would need. Um, and what is the boat like? So the expedition boats are usually super small. And to be honest, the smaller the group, the better the encounter you're gonna have every time. And they will quite literally throw you off the boat once you spot a whale. And so you have to have everything ready. Fins ready, snorkel ready, like you have to be ready at all times. And if you get lucky, sometimes photographers will be on your excursions and you can get some amazing shots. That actually happened to me. Once I was there, I sat on the boat and I saw a Nat Geo photographer and I immediately recognized her. So like I was really close to her and I was like, "Can you take pictures of me?" And this is why you guys are getting to see like all of these amazing shots. It's because of her. And swimming with them is amazing because, as I said, like boats can't really get super close to whales. And if so, what happens is the boat will stop once we see a whale. So you have to jump off and you basically have to like swim for it. And I told the girls it's an Olympic sport. I've never done anything as physically demanding because you're gonna be in the open ocean, like trying to get to the whale and you can kind of hear her. But once you get to like a place where you know she's around, because the people from like the guides, they know, and you're hearing the whales, but you can't see anything. It's just like open ocean. And then you finally see like a whale like coming towards the surface in your direction. It's the most insane experience because whales choose to interact. They're very big, they're very fast swimmers. So if they see humans coming and they don't want to swim with you, they simply won't. They'll just swim in another direction. So if they are choosing to interact, it's 100% their choice, which is amazing. This is one of particularly my favorite photos, especially because you might be scared, you might be anxious, the whales might be big, but once you're there, it's such a beautiful connection. The whales are looking at you and they want to play with you, so you just forget about anything and you have a great time. And babies are the best. Actually, if you ever go to Polynesia, you'll notice that most of the whales that you're going to be swimming with and swimming around are babies. And the reason why this happens is because that's kind of like the mom's plan. When mothers see humans approaching, they're like, "Oh, it's my baby's enrichment time and I get to rest." So they'll see humans and they'll dive to the sandbank and they'll sleep whilst we play with the babies because now they get like some rest time. And then the babies will breach, they'll circle around you, they'll like put on a show and it's so cute. Um, is this a video or just an image? Okay. So a few do's and don'ts that are important is bring a GoPro. I really regret not bringing mine. And if you do, tie it to your arm because you're gonna be in a vast open ocean. And if you drop it, you'll never see it again. You always have to be looking down for the mother because eventually the mom will want to breathe or she'll like be worried about her baby. So if you're on top of her, she will push you out of the way, which is something you definitely don't want. So like you want to be aware of your surroundings, like always make sure you know where she is. You unfortunately have to keep an eye out for sharks. This was very controversial when I was explaining it to the girls, but when you are in the open ocean, you attract normally two species of sharks. One is the tiger shark, and the other is the oceanic whitetip. Both of them can get a bit aggressive, so ideally, if you do see a shark, you have to warn your group, and this is the sign you make. Everyone gets together, so like you're a bigger unit, so the shark doesn't feel like approaching you that much. You call off a boat, you call the boat, and you get into the boat. To be really honest, you don't have to do that, like if you're careful and if you're looking at the shark, but that's what tours like decided is the safest practice. So that's what's going to happen if you do see one of those two species. Would like to preface this has never been a problem. In Morea, like there has never been a case of anyone being attacked by a shark while swimming with whales. And whales don't love being around sharks. So um, it's just usually like 90% of the time you'll be fine. Another thing is to be present and enjoy the connection. Like it's a once in a lifetime experience, and it's such an intelligent animal that wants to be around you. So just like taking the time to just be there and not be worried about all of the things that could go wrong. And also swim away. Like whales have no idea of how big they are, and they also like want to hug you. So they'll get really close to you, and like they want to look at you. So it's important that you create that space and distance once you're in the water. And wait, I just want to check the comments because a lot of
No,
people
yeah. People commenting about sharks.
swimming
No,
with
no, no.
whales has been canceled. Guys, it's not that bad, I swear. Okay, a couple of don'ts. Don't chase the whale. Whales don't have to be, they hate being chased. They want to chase you. So just be chill in the water, let them come to you. Don't try to pet it. Everyone wants to. And sometimes they'll get like so close that like you'll brush a whale, but it's important that like we don't make them accustomed to humans touching them. Don't swim aggressively. That's what attracts sharks. Like sharks are not attracted by just like people and whales in the water. They're attracted by this, like the splashing, the noises. They think you're a prey. So you have to swim very lightly once you're in the open ocean. Don't splash water and try not to be nervous. Like the more relaxed you are, the better and like the experience is going to be in general. And how do you guys feel now? Does anyone feel like
Like swimming with whales.
no?
Oh my
Still
God.
love the idea, Lucha says. Yes.
Thank you, Lucho. That's
Now, honestly, I think that this is like one of the most amazing experience that you can get in life. Like if you surpass your fear, but it's like the big prize. Like once
Yeah.
you've done it, it's all.
It, guys, if I'm making this sound bad, it's not at all. Like I can't come here and say that there are no risks and that everything's like fun and games, but it's so amazing to like be in the water with them. I'm more open to it than I was before. Oh, thank you. That's nice, Maru. Okay. Part two of this presentation after we did the fun stuff. A bit of conservation challenges. So I want to ask you guys, has anyone seen this photo on your right on the internet or anywhere? Because this photo got super, like a lot of attention back last year. And it's called Galaxies in Her Eyes. And it was taken by this photographer that I met on the trip. Her name is Rachel Moore. And the only reason why she managed to take this photo was because an adult female whale, which that's not super common, was super close to her. They had like years of a relationship because, interesting fact, whales come back. So a lot of the people from Polynesia, especially local people, they like have a relationship with whales. The whales come back to the same place. They know which whale is which, so it's awesome. And she was super close to this whale that she used to call Sweet Girl. And she used to let Rachel get so close to her, she was able to take like this insane photo of her eye. And unfortunately, guys, just a week later of this photo, this exact same whale was tragically struck by a ferry boat. And this was a day before I got there, and it was super devastating because everyone on the island was basically depressed because these whales are super important to them, especially the ones that are hyper friendly, like this one. And this is not the first time this has happened. There's an estimated 20,000 whales that are killed annually due to ship strikes. And it's just something that's super overlooked, and we were desperately trying to change. Oh, and what happened was everyone got together back in October in Moray, and we were trying to create a petition to help these whales and help this cause. Because what the thing is, a lot of ferry boats are not allowed to have a sonar in Polynesia or anywhere that you have whales, because sonars disrupt whale behavior. They don't like it, and they can't see when a whale is beneath them a lot of the times. But there are peer-reviewed studies and so many studies that show that the only thing that needs to happen is that ferries need to slow down. All they have to do is slow down. There's like a number of knots that they should be going an hour, and that's not happening because people are more interested in profits. So we got so many people together, like even Sea Shepherds was involved in this particular cause. And if you guys want to do something for Earth Day or something for me, I would love if you could scan this, and it's just put your email. It takes like 10 seconds and it would make the whole difference. Because if you want to, whenever you're enjoying your time with animals and you're doing animal tourism, which sometimes can be controversial, the least you could do is try to make the experience the safest and the most ethical as that you possibly can. And I could never have had this experience and not felt responsible for like the effects that this is having. So yeah, I would love for anyone that wants to scan this QR code. And final slide. Let's make the ocean a safe and protected place for everyone. I hope you guys learned something new today, and I am like 1000% sure that once this becomes a law in French Polynesia, that ferry boats can't go super fast, that a lot less whales are going to be impacted by the situation, and we can have even more of them to swim with us in the future. Thank you guys. I love to see that you're all signing it.
Amazing. Yeah, like mind-blowing. Every time I listen to your experience is like super moving, you know? So thank you for sharing and for being so passionate about it. It's really amazing.
Yeah,
Does
it
anyone
feels
have
like the
any?
first time. Every time that I hear it, it feels like the first time, and I get emotion just like the first time.
That's so sweet, guys. Does anyone have any questions? Do you guys want to comment anything? Learn anything?
Yes, guys, feel free to unmute yourselves,
Yes,
jump
unmute
in, ask
yourself.
via
Chat.
questions.
No questions, but that's just amazing, Via. So nice. You're so inspirational when it comes to that. And so many things I had no idea about you.
Yeah,
She
I
lived like
hope
10 lives already.
Yes.
the pandemic was crazy.
I have a question for you, Bia.
Mm.
I just want to know if people that make these things to the whales, like they struck them, do they like get prosecuted or fined or anything?
So there's a really cool law in French Polynesia, and this was actually because of the native population, and they made this like they were super like demanding that this was a law, is that a whale there is equivalent to a human in all of their rights. So if someone gets caught actively hurting or killing a whale, they will get prosecuted the same way that you would if you were like hurting a person or something like that. The problem is ferry boats because like they're 100% government funded and they're like there for tourism, and no ferry boat actually wants to kill a whale. When it happens, it's like 100% accidental. It's everything kind of gets brushed under the rug. Nobody gets blamed for it, which is really sad because they should. Um, so yeah, like whales are super protected there, and this law is amazing, but unfortunately, it just doesn't apply to boats.
So
Thanks,
I don't know if
Via.
you mentioned this, Via, but do you know how long whales live?
Whales sleep?
Live. How
How
many
many
years?
years?
Oh, how many years they live? I'm not sure if I know this exact number, but it's like a lot. I know there's a species of whales that lives more than 100 years. I want to check humpback
Oh, wow.
whale lifespan. 90 years. Yeah, they live like they're humans.
Yeah.
They live a lot. Um, someone,
Any anyone else?
Will you be doing any more trips anytime soon? Sorry, I'm talking a lot.
no,
I
you
didn't
should, man.
No.
know.
Yeah, I'm glad someone's talking. Yes, I definitely want to do more trips. Now that I like know how it works and like who to go to and who to talk to and everything, I would love to bring friends with me and be like, "Hey guys, let's go on an amazing trip and do fun things and go back to Polynesia." I think one of the next ones that I really want to do is the Philippines, but just more for diving than like specifically diving with whales. And Maru, you commented that I was brave. This comes with time. The first time I ever dove with sharks in my life, I was terrified because no one warned me. I was just like, when you have the diving equipment, you have your cylinder and you're like, you're going down. And then someone was like, and I just asked the instructor, I was like, what are we expecting to see down there? And he looks at me and he's like, what do you mean? It's a bull shark dive. I was like, And then I get down there and it's like, I kid you not, like at least 20 to 30 bull sharks. I was I was wrapped around my instructor, like I wouldn't let him go for anything. But then you get used to like understanding that they're not actually aggressive and it's not a big deal. And you sharks, I meant, yeah. And whales, they're so cute. I could never be scared of them. Yeah, bull sharks are scary, Doc. They are on the more aggressive spectrum of sharks, but also like especially if you're not splashing water on the surface, making a lot of commotion, and if you have dive gear, so like you're actually underwater blowing oxygen bubbles, they know you're not prey, so they just kind of stick to doing their own thing. Um, but yeah, that was scary and definitely made me get over my fear of
Guys, I think I will never forgive Steven Spielberg for making me
Mm.
so afraid of sharks. Like this is an irrational fear. But maybe I will change my mind, Bia. Maybe I will go with you the next time because this is super inspiring and this is super amazing. Like I never know that it was even possible to do something like that. So
I
it's a
know.
whole new world.
And I never knew that they liked it because it's kind of I hate animal tourism when you're there and the animals like like and that's not the case at all for whales. Like they love being around humans and you can feel that you can and so that's why I feel like it's so amazing. And T, no, I've never swam with a whale shark. It's like totally it's like top of my bucket list. Um,
Yes, that should be next.
Definitely. That's what the Philippines are for.
Okay, guys, I
Okay.
think that if you don't have any other questions, we can just wrap up. Sophie, do you want to say something?
No, just a quick comment that I think that the video at the beginning didn't play like complete, so I will share it via Slack because you need to watch it. It's beautiful, so I will share it. So whenever you have a chance, you can play it. And no, just like thank you, Bia. It's been amazing. Again, thanks a lot for sharing your experience
Thank
and
you
for being
guys
so
so much.
passionate.
Yes.
Thanks to everyone who signed the petition. And yeah, I hope you guys learned something new and that you enjoyed this.
It was really
Thank
magical.
you. Thank you.
Thank you,
And
Bea.
thank you everyone for joining. Stay tuned. Next Agora is coming up on June. In June, so we'll see what it's about. I won't spoil you. We'll have another amazing session. So stay tuned.